Hi and welcome to my very first YouTube tutorial. My name is Alicia and I am a left-handed crocheter. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this gorgeous Maybelle flower. This video was requested by a girlfriend of mine who lives in another state. She's just learnt how to crochet, so she's asked me to show her how to make this beautiful little flower. The pattern comes from a lady called Anette. I will attach a link to her blog called My Rose Valley in the description bar, so check it out. She's got a UK and an US written pattern in her blog and all the information that you need. I'll be showing you how to do the US version. I've also made some slight modifications to her pattern just to suit my own personal preference. So to begin, what you'll need is I've got an 8-ply wool and a 4mm crochet hook. Now you can use any yarn that you want. It's probably best that you use the recommended hook size for your yarn. To begin, we will start off with a slip knot. And we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do a slip stitch into the first chain. Now what I like to do is I like to wrap my tail around my work, just one round, so that I can crochet over it. We're going to chain 2, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. And into the ring we're gonna do 23 double crochets. All up, that's going to give us 24 double crochets. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you'll probably have to push this down as you go because you're going to run out of room. See this tail that's sticking out? So if you just pull on the tail, it should tighten that a little bit. And just keep going. So I'm going to speed up from now, and I will meet you when we get to the last bit before we end this round. Okay, so just gonna count if I've got 24 double crochets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24 double crochets. So to end this round, we're going to do a slip stitch to this third chain. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a slip stitch, and we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip 2 stitches. This does not count as your stitch 1. So stitch 1 is here, stitch 2 is there. We're going to skip these 2 stitches, and we're going to do a single crochet into the third stitch. Oops. And we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 2 stitches and we're going to do a single crochet into the third stitch, chain 3, skip 2 stitches and a single crochet into the third stitch, and chain 3, skip 2 and a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to repeat this all the way around. Okay, so to join this round, we're going to do a slip stitch into that first chain. And in this round, we're going to be working in the chain spaces. So in the first chain space, we're going to do a slip stitch. And we are going to chain 3. And that's going to count as your first double crochet. And we're going to do another double crochet into the same chain space. And we're going to chain 2. And we're going to do 2 more double crochets into the same chain space. That's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. And we're going to chain 1. In the next chain space, we're going to do 2 double crochets, 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet. We're going to chain 2 and we're going to do 2 double crochets into the same chain space and chain 1. And we're going to repeat this all the way round. So 2 double crochets into the next chain space. That's 1, that's 2, chain 2, 2 double crochet into the same space and chain 1. So just to give you an idea, so it's basically 4 double crochets with a chain 2 space in between. And between each of these chain spaces, there is 1 chain. Okay, so this is our last chain space. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets and chain 1. And to join this round, we're going to do a slip stitch into the third chain, 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of that round. And in the next round, we're going to be working in the chain 2 spaces and the chain 1 spaces only. So in the first chain 2 space, we're going to do a slip stitch. And we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is going to count as your first double crochet. And in this chain space, we are going to do 6 more double crochets, which will give us 7 double crochets in total into this one chain space, chain 2 space. So that's 1, that will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, a single crochet into the chain 1 space. Now into the next chain 2 space, we're going to be doing 7 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets. 2, 4, 6, 7, and a single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Again, in the chain 2 space, 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7, and 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space, and we're going to continue all the way around, and I will meet you back in our last chain 2 space. So this is our last chain 2 space, so we're going to work 7 double crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space. And to end this round, we're going to do a slip stitch into the 3rd chain. Now normally we would go in this way, but for me I find it a little bit neater if I go in from the back. So I will remove my hook from the loop, and I will insert my hook on the 3rd chain from the back, and then I grab my loop, pull it through the back, and close it off. And now I cut my yarn long enough for me to weave in the ends, and I just pull that off, and that's it. And then all you'll have to do is just give that a bit of a pull just to tighten that hole a little bit, and then just weave in the tail into your work, and that is it. So if you like this pattern, you can also make a granny square out of it, to make a blanket, to make a throw, or anything that you like. And I will be showing you how I make the granny squares from the Maybelle flower in my next tutorial. As well as I've also, because I love this pattern so much, I've also made a double-sided pot holder. So that's that one. That's one side. That's another side. So it's really thick and it's just gorgeous. And I will show you how to do that in another tutorial. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching.